Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. When you look out at the beautiful, rugged Organ Mountains, it's so easy to just see Las Cruces as this quiet, peaceful desert landscape. But if you look a little closer, right past that calm exterior, you'll actually find a massive, high-tech engine of growth. Today, we're uncovering the highly sophisticated heavy machinery that's literally powering New Mexico's economy. We're talking about the gears shaping everything from the roads we drive on to the very stores we shop in. It's funny, it's so easy to look at a skid steer parked on a dirt lot and just think, oh, it's just construction. But that completely misses the reality on the ground. These machines, they aren't just moving dirt. They are absolute strategic assets driving massive regional development. They literally dictate the pace of everything, from massive federal infrastructure projects all the way down to local retail logistics. So here's our game plan for today. We'll start with New Mexico's economic engine, then look at powering diverse local industries. After that, we'll cover foundation, wheels versus tracks, then shift into the single-arm safety revolution, and finally wrap up with Beyond Iron, the partner mindset. Let's get into it. Starting off with Section 1, New Mexico's economic engine, the real backbone of regional development. The absolute crucial takeaway here is that heavy iron is a primary economic driver. I mean, think about it. When billions of dollars get invested in the Southwest, those dollars don't physically build anything. A bank loan doesn't pour concrete or dig trenches, right? The actual machines do. The feasibility of these massive state-level milestones and high-velocity resource extraction completely depends on these specialized assets. If a contractor picks the wrong equipment, it doesn't just delay their one project. It can actually drag down the economic momentum of the entire region. Moving right along to Section 2, powering diverse local industries. We're talking everything from cereal aisles to desert oil rigs. Picture a massive home improvement store. In the warehousing and retail space, if you don't have scissor lifts and teletrucks, those heavy appliances are just stuck on high shelves. Customer orders don't get filled and sales are lost. Meanwhile, way out in the desert, the oil and gas sector relies heavily on backhoes and excavators for rig setups and laying complex pipelines. Out there, missing a deadline can mean staggering daily financial penalties. Then you've got agriculture using track loaders for things like clearing land and irrigation, and the mining sector deploying these huge dozers to pull copper, perlite, and potash out of the earth. So literally every single sector relies on incredibly specific machinery to just keep moving. And well beyond local retail and mining, these absolute workhorses are deployed to build the very infrastructure we rely on every day. The federal and local road and bridge developments shaping New Mexico, they require extreme precision. You absolutely need compactors and rollers to pack that subgrade solid so the roads actually last for decades. You need teleskids, which, by the way, have an amazing telescopic boom, to precisely place heavy materials vertically on a super crowded site. And of course, trusty backhoes give you that rapid transition from digging a trench straight to loading up the debris. All right, Section 3, Foundation, wheels versus tracks. This is all about choosing the right platform for the terrain. So let's break down a couple of strategic metrics fleet managers use to protect their bottom line. First up is flotation. This is basically a machine's ability to stay on top of soft ground rather than sinking into it. Think of it like wearing snowshoes instead of high heels in deep snow, right? Second is cycle times. This is the speed it takes to complete one full round of work, scooping, turning, dumping, and returning. Faster cycle times mean a lower cost per scoop, and that goes straight to higher profitability. So, choosing between wheels and tracks, it's a massive strategic call. Wheeled skid steers absolutely dominate on flat paved surfaces. They give you faster cycle times on concrete, a much smoother ride, and because they're lighter, they really cut down on your fuel costs when towing them between sites. But on the flip side, compact track loaders are purpose-built for that rough, slippery, unpredictable terrain of the New Mexico desert. They give you that superior flotation we just talked about, giving the machine the exact traction it needs so it absolutely will not sink into those soft, sandy soils. Next up is Section 4, the single-arm safety revolution, engineering for sight and safety. Now, traditionally, skid steers have relied on a dual-arm design, and honestly, those twin loader arms create huge blind spots. Even worse, they force the operator to physically climb over these muddy, dangerous, sharp attachments just to get into the cab. Seriously, it's risky. But enter the JCB power boom. By engineering a single, ultra-high tensile strength arm on the right side of the machine, JCB enabled a real side entry door. And the craziest part? This single arm is actually stronger under a heavy load than the old two-arm setup. On a busy, high-traffic job site, giving an operator 270-degree visibility and safe side entry is way more than just a nice aesthetic upgrade. I mean, think about it. You can just walk right into the cab, exactly like getting into your car. This completely eliminates those dangerous slips and falls that happen when people climb over attachments. It prevents job site accidents, it protects human life, and, as a really huge bonus for business owners, it significantly reduces insurance premiums and liability exposure. It's just a total win-win, engineered for both safety and efficiency. Which brings us to Section 5, Beyond Iron, the partner mindset. Let's look at the local support ecosystem. Here is where Southwest JCB really steps in as a proactive partner, offering a zero downtime ecosystem. Step 1 is equipment selection. They actually help you match the exact machine and attachments to your specific terrain. Step 2 is where things get really futuristic, live link telematics. This is remote monitoring that lets fleet managers transition from reactive to predictive maintenance. You can catch a sensor issue before the machine actually breaks down. And step 3 is having factory-trained expert technicians right there locally in Las Cruces with a local parts inventory to make sure your equipment stays in the dirt and out of the shop. And to make sure local contractors, from those massive infrastructure firms down to the small landscaping startups, can actually access this top-tier technology, Southwest JCB actively lowers the barrier to entry. They're offering financing as low as 0% for up to 60 months on select products. That means businesses can leverage the safest, most efficient equipment out there without totally crippling their cash flow. Their whole philosophy really boils down to this. We are not just salespeople. We are committed partners providing comprehensive support from equipment selection to maintenance. When the success of a multi-million-dollar regional project relies on a machine running flawlessly in the middle of the desert heat, you really don't just need a vendor. You need a partner who actually has your back for the long haul. So if you are ready to optimize your operations with this kind of expert local support, the Southwest GCB team is right in the Las Cruces Industrial Park on Pioneer Place. You can easily give them a call, explore their full range of high-performance skid steers and attachments online at swjcb.com, or just look up their Google business profile to get started. I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on regarding the heavy machinery driving your own local projects. When you look at your current fleet, do you see strategic assets perfectly tuned to the terrain, keeping your operators totally safe and your cycle times incredibly fast? Or are outdated machines silently eating away at your profitability? It might just be time to rethink the invisible engine powering your business. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep building the future.